For Diego Martin Central, Dr. Amy Brown. Party members, friends, our listening audience on radio, television, and the internet, members of the media, members of the executives of Diego Martin East, Northeast, Central, and West, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Diego Martin has produced many great politicians. Diego Martin has produced Kenneth Valley. Diego Martin has produced Dr. Keith Rowley. Diego Martin has produced Mr. Colum Imbert. And watch out, on the rise, Diego Martin is producing Dr. Amy Brown. You have no idea, my dear friends, what a pleasure it is for me to sit on a PNM platform after 38 years in public life and listen to the kinds of contributions we heard tonight from all our speakers. Truly, my dear friends, the PNM is great, and it shall and must prevail. This is meeting number 7. Here we are in one of the colleges of the University of Woodford Square tonight. It is the College of Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard here in Diego Martin, where we continue our lecture series in public education dealing with our vision and one particular aspect of it, governing effectively. And where in 6 previous meetings, ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken about local government reform in the first 3 meetings. In the last 3, we've talked at length about a working document that is now before the national community for your consideration and up for public comment, and where we were discussing the various elements of it, discussing the various principles that go into the making of a constitution for any independent state like Trinidad and Tobago, and ensuring that you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, are familiar with what is involved in the enunciation of the highest law of the land, which is the country's constitution, ensuring that you understand what is involved in it, and ensuring as a consequence that you are able to look at the documents critically, and that you are able to make a contribution on the enunciation of a new document, a new constitution for Trinidad and Tobago, which is going to affect you, which is going to affect your children, and which will set the stage for the nature of your society for many, many years to come. That's what the PNM is all about. We are here, my dear friends, for political education. And I must tell you, you know, after 38 years in public life, you have no idea the satisfaction and gratification I feel when I see so many of you coming night after night and sitting quietly and listening to what the PNM has to say. You could easily have been elsewhere. You could easily have been doing other things, my dear friends. But instead, you chose to come here. You chose to hear what is taking place in your own interest and for the development of your own country. Giving the lie to what so many people say, that citizens of Trinidad and Tobago only like confusion and bacchanal. That is not for the PNM. The PNM does its business differently. Confusion and bacchanal is for the others, my dear friends, but we're not here to talk about them tonight. We are here to talk about the nation's business. So that as we begin this lecture, lecture number 7, in Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard, the College of Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard of the University of Woodford Square, I'd like to welcome all the students who have come, all of you, and to let you know that our vision for Trinidad and Tobago is that Trinidad and Tobago will be a developed country by the year 2020. And by that we mean that by the year 2020, Trinidad and Tobago will be a united, resilient, productive, innovative, and prosperous nation with a disciplined, caring, fun-loving society comprising healthy, happy, and well-educated people and built on the enduring attributes of self-reliance, respect, tolerance, equity, and integrity, in which every citizen has equal opportunities to achieve his or her full potential. All citizens enjoy a high quality of life, where quality health care is available to all, and where safe, peaceful, environmentally friendly communities are maintained. All citizens are assured of a sound, relevant education system tailored to meet the human resource needs of a modern, progressive, technologically advancing nation. Optimum use is made of all the resources of the nation. The family, as the foundation of the society, contributes to its growth, development, and stability. There is respect for the rule of law and human rights, and the promotion of the principles of democracy. The diversity and creativity of all its people are valued and nurtured. That is the PNM's vision for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Develop society, develop country status by the year 2020. When others come to you, you must ask them that question. We know what the PNM's vision is. The PNM would like to take all of us to a much better place, develop country status by the year 2020. Ask all of those who are in opposition to us when they come to you, what is their vision for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, my dear friends? And I assure you, you have no answer to get, because they could talk, they could run about, they could curse each other and so on. But when it comes to serious business, when it comes to looking after your interest and looking after your welfare, they are curiously silent. They have nothing that they can advance for you. The PNM develop country status by the year 2020 for all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And we are pursuing this vision on the basis of 5 developmental pillars. Developing innovative people. Our people, my dear friends, must be well educated. They must be innovative, and they must be able to compete with the best citizens from any other country in the world. Trinidad and Tobago is second to none, my dear friends. We are among the best in the international community. We will ensure that through our vision. We must develop in our society the basis for the country's economic sustainability, that is to say, enabling competitive business. Our businesses must be competitive. They must be able to compete with all business organizations all around the world in similar fields. That is to say, ladies and gentlemen, that we must be able to operate in the global society that has emerged around us, where borders are disappearing fast, and where everybody now has to compete with everybody else in the various markets of the world, and where to survive, it has nothing to do with who you are, but your ability to compete successfully with all comers. We are developing that in Trinidad and Tobago. And many of our companies are already big enough to be able to move abroad and compete not only in our own domestic market, but to go outside and compete in the other markets of the world. Enabling competitive business, pillar number 2. Pillar number 3, nurturing a caring society. And that you determine the nature of a society based on how that society is able to deal with those in the society who are least able to take care of themselves. The poor, the indigent, people, the old age, people who are advanced in years and so on. A society must be able to take care of all of these people. And when you look at the PM's record in this regard, you will realize that in this country, our record is equaled by none. The PNM is living up to the expectations of our people in terms of nurturing a caring society. Investing in sound infrastructure and the environment. My dear friends, water, electricity, highways, telecommunications, ICT, and all of that, housing and so on. The infrastructure which is the basis for national development